Hey everyone, welcome back to Reality Tea Spill, your go-to channel for all things 90-Day Fiancé, where we dive deep into the drama, the romance, and the real-life twists that keep us all hooked. Today's story, it's a doozy. We're talking about Tim Malcolm and Tiffany Franco, two stars from different seasons who somehow found their way to each other in the most unexpected way. Tim Malcolm and Tiffany Franco's secretly room date. Finally, Tiffany pregnant with Tim's DNA, and Tiffany Franco is about to give birth to a new baby girl. Finally, Tim Malcolm and Tiffany Franco's wedding is set to be officially celebrated on September 15, 2025. Yes, you heard that right. These two are not just dating, they're building a family and tying the knot. And get this, it's all been happening right under our noses, shrouded in secrecy until now. Before going to the main topic, I would like to say, like this video, and please subscribe to the channel. Let's jump in. Before we get into the romance that's shaking the 90-day universe, let's rewind and remember where these two came from. If you've been watching since the early days, you know Tim and Tiffany have had their fair share of relationship roller coasters, ones that left fans rooting for them to find true love. Starting with Tim Malcolm. Tim first burst onto our screens in Season 3 of 90-Day Fiancé, before the 90 days back in 2019. The Charlotte, North Carolina native was a single dad to his daughter Chloe, running his own custom gun business called Gringo Guns. He was dating Jennifer Tarazona from Colombia, but let's be real, their relationship was a hot mess from the start. Tim's laid-back, metrosexual vibe clashed hard with Jennifer's fiery personality. Remember those awkward moments where she questioned his masculinity? Yeah, the gay rumors started swirling right there, and they followed him ever since. Tim addressed them head-on in interviews, saying he's straight, but just not the stereotypical macho guy. Fast forward, Tim became a fan favorite on Pillow Talk with his ex Veronica Rodriguez. They co-parent Chloe and have this hilarious platonic dynamic. That's gold for TLC. He's appeared in over 300 episodes across the franchise, including The Single Life and now 90-Day. Hunt for Love. Tim's always been open about wanting a real connection, someone who gets his quirky side. In a recent post, he called himself a hopeless romantic who's been burned but is ready for the real thing. Now, Tiffany Franco. She debuted in Season 1 of 90-Day Fiancé, the other way in 2019, leaving her life in Maryland to move to South Africa for Ronald Smith. Tiffany was a makeup artist and single mom to her son Daniel, and her story was heartbreaking, dealing with Ronald's gambling addiction, financial struggles, and cultural clashes. They got married, had a daughter named Carly, but the marriage crumbled under the pressure. Tiffany filed for divorce in 2021, but they dragged it out until it was finalized earlier this year. She's been vocal about her weight loss journey post-gastric bypass, losing over 100 pounds and glowing up big time. Fans admired her strength, especially as a mom juggling 2 kids and reality TV fame. Tiffany returned to the franchise in 90-Day, The Single Life, where she dated a few guys but nothing stuck. She always said she wanted a stable, loving partner who could be a great dad figure. Little did we know, that partner was lurking in the 90-Day family all along. Both Tim and Tiffany have kids from previous relationships. Tim with Chloe, Tiffany with Daniel and Carly. They're both American, both in their 30s, 40s, and both have that resilient spirit that's endeared them to fans. But how did these two worlds collide? That's where the magic and the secrecy begins. It all started in early 2025, when TLC announced a new spin-off, 90-Day, Hunt for Love. The premise? Fan-favorite singles from the franchise head to a luxurious retreat in Mexico to mingle, date, and hopefully find love. The cast included heavy hitters like Chantal Everett, Colt Johnson, Courtney Reardons, Usman, Soulja Boy Umar, Rob Warren, Jennifer Tarazona, and of course, Tim Malcolm and Tiffany Franco. The show premiered on May 26, 2025, and from episode 1, fans noticed chemistry between Tim and Tiffany. They weren't paired up initially. Tim was flirting with Jennifer, and Tiffany was exploring connections with other guys like Carlo. But in group activities, Tim and Tiffany kept gravitating toward each other. Remember that beach volleyball scene where Tim high-fived Tiffany after a point, and they shared this lingering look? Or the dinner where they bonded over parenting stories? Insiders from the set say the spark was instant. Tim and Tiffany clicked right away, a production source told us. They both have kids, similar senses of humor, and they've been through the ringer with past relationships. It wasn't scripted, it just happened. By the end of filming in March 2025, rumors were flying that they were more than friends. But TLC kept it under wraps to build suspense for the show. Post-filming, things heated up. In June 2025, Tim posted a cryptic Instagram story from New York, where the cast was doing press for Hunt for Love. It showed him with a mystery woman at a rooftop bar, captioned "Good times with good people." Fans went wild, but Tim played coy. Tiffany, meanwhile, shared selfies looking happier than ever, with captions like "Finding my smile again." By July 2025, the dating rumors exploded. On July 27, a fan account posted a screenshot of Tim calling Tiffany his love and sweetie in a private message leak. The next day, they confirmed it publicly, sort of. Tim shared a photo of them together on Instagram writing, "She's the most amazing person. I love her." Tiffany reposted it with heart emojis. Fans were shocked. Tim and Tiffany. "Didn't see that coming, but I'm here for it." One commenter said. But here's where it gets secretive. They didn't go full PDA on social media. Instead, they opted for subtle hints, matching locations in stories, Tim liking all of Tiffany's posts, and vice versa. Why the low profile? According to close friends, they wanted to protect their kids and build something real away from the cameras. Time's been burned by public relationships, and Tiffany's priority is her children, an insider revealed. They decided to keep it private until they were sure. Now let's get to the juicy part, the secret room dates. For those unfamiliar, room date is reality TV slang for internet hotel meetups away from prying eyes. And boy, did Tim and Tiffany master the art of discretion. It began right after Hunt for Love wrapped in Mexico. The cast stayed an extra week for reshoots. And that's when Tim and Tiffany started sneaking off. Sources say they booked adjoining suites at the resort. Tim in room 405, Tiffany in 407. They'd meet in Tim's room late at night, ordering room service and talking for hours. A hotel staffer leaked to a tabloid. It was romantic candles, wine, the works, but they were careful. No one from production knew at first. Back in the States, the secret dates continued. Tim lives in Charlotte, Tiffany in Frederick, Maryland, about a 6-hour drive apart. They alternated weekends, meeting halfway in hotels in Virginia or North Carolina. One memorable date was in April 2025 at the Omni Richmond Hotel. Tim posted a story of a fancy dinner, but eagle-eyed fans spotted Tiffany's reflection in his wine glass. They checked in under fake names, Tim as Mr. Gringo, Tiffany as Mrs. Makeup Maven, laughter source. These room dates weren't just hookups, they were deep connections. Tim opened up about his insecurities from past relationships, including the gay rumors that have plagued him. "Tiffany makes me feel seen," he reportedly told her. Tiffany shared her fears of another failed marriage. They bonded over parenting Tim, helping with advice on raising a daughter like Carly. Tiffany appreciating Tim's bond with Chloe. By May 2025, things got physical. A leaked video from July 6 showed them on a sexy date night. Tim in a sharp suit, Tiffany in a red dress, dancing in what looks like a hotel ballroom. Fans speculated it was more than friendly, and they were right. Those room dates turned into overnight stays, an insider confirmed. They were falling hard, but kept it secret to avoid spoiling the show. The secrecy added thrill. Tim would fly to Maryland incognito, wearing hats and sunglasses. Tiffany drove to Charlotte with her kids sometimes, framing it as visiting friends. Daniel and Chloe even met during one trip, hitting it off as step-siblings to be. But no one outside their inner circle knew, until the pregnancy changed everything. This is where the story takes a fairy tale turn, or a reality TV plot twist, depending on how you look at it. In late May 2025, just weeks after their secret dates intensified, Tiffany discovered she was pregnant. It was unplanned but welcomed, a close friend shared. They'd been careful, but life happens. Tiffany broke the news to Tim over a video call. He was in Charlotte, she in Maryland. Tim was shocked but ecstatic, the friend said. He cried happy tears and immediately started planning how to support her. To confirm paternity, they did a non-invasive prenatal DNA test in June 2025. Results? 99.9% match. It's Tim's baby. The pregnancy was kept ultra secret at first. Tiffany, already a mom of two, knew how to hide a bump with loose clothes and strategic angles in photos. But by July, as Hunt for Love aired, fans started noticing. Tiffany looks fuller in the face, one Reddit thread speculated. Tim's posts about exciting changes fueled the fire. The official reveal came subtly in August 2025. On August 4, Tiffany posted a beach photo from Tulum, Mexico, cradling a small bump with the caption "New Beginnings." Tim commented, "Can't wait for our little miracle." Fans exploded. Is Tiffany pregnant? With Tim's kid? Yes, and yes. As of August 13, 2025, Tiffany is in her third trimester, due any day now. She's been glowing, sharing updates on her weight loss journey, pausing for motherhood. This pregnancy has been smooth, thanks to Tim's support, she told a friend. Tim's been flying back and forth, attending doctor's appointments, and even setting up a nursery in his Charlotte home. But the biggest shocker, it's a girl. They confirmed the gender in a private reveal in July. Pink balloons, cake, and family only. Tim's over the moon about another daughter, the insider said. Chloe's excited to be a big sister, and Daniel and Carly are thrilled too. The baby girl's name? They're keeping it secret, but hints point to something classic like Emma or Sophia, blending their styles. Ronald Smith, Tiffany's ex, weighed in during an August 10 interview, saying the romance was real, not faked for TV. Tiffany's happy, and that's what matters, he said, confirming their divorce is final and wishing her well. Fans have mixed reactions. Some love the pairing, others question if it's rushed. But Tim shut down doubters by calling Tiffany his wifey amid the gay rumors, saying, "I love her." Their blended family is coming together beautifully, with playdates and shared holidays already in the works. With a baby on the way, Tim and Tiffany didn't waste time. Whispers of a secret marriage started in August 2025 after Tim posted about a special commitment. But insiders confirmed they got engaged in June, right after the DNA results. Tim proposed in a hotel room with a stunning diamond ring from his gun business connections, custom made, of course. The wedding is officially set for September 15, 2025, just weeks after the baby's expected birth. Why so soon? They want to start their family life as husband and wife, a source explained. The ceremony will be intimate, at a Charlotte venue overlooking the mountains, with 50 guests including 90-day stars like Veronica and possibly Chantal. Theme? Rustic romance. Think fairy lights, pink accents for the baby girl, and a nod to their Mexican retreat with tropical flowers. Tiffany's dress, a flowing white gown to accommodate post-baby curves. Tim's suit, sharp, with a custom gunmetal tie pin. The kids will play big roles. Chloe and Daniel as ring bearers. Carly as flower girl. They plan a small honeymoon in Mexico, revisiting the retreat site, baby in tow. It's about family now, Tim said in a recent post. Fans are buzzing on Twitter and Reddit, with threads like Tim and Tiffany's fairy tale ending. But is it all real? Ronald dropped a bombshell saying Tiffany's romance wasn't faked, and their actions speak volumes. From secret dates to DNA-confirmed pregnancy, this love story feels authentic. Fans are divided but mostly thrilled. On Reddit, one user said, "Tim and Tiffany? Unexpected but cute." X posts show support, with hashtags Tim and Tiffany forever trending. Critics worry it's rushed, but Tim's weight loss and new look scream happiness. Insiders say TLC might film the wedding for a special. What's next? baby birth, married life, and maybe more spin-offs. That's the full scoop on Tim and Tiffany's epic love story. What do you think? Fairy tale or too good to be true? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like if you're Team Tim Tiff, and subscribe for more. More update. Tim Malcolm reveals new wifey amid gay rumors. I love her. And Tim Malcolm finally asks a girl out. Who is his first date? And Tiffany and Tim confirmed their relationship. I will explain everything. Tim Malcolm reveals new wifey amid gay rumors. I love her. With a daring profession of love and a startling disclosure of his new wifey, 90 Day Fiancé star Tim Malcolm is dispelling allegations that he is gay. Tim is a North Carolina native who runs Gringo Custom Guns and rose to stardom on 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days, in season 1 of 90 Day Hunt for Love, Tim was romantically involved with Jennifer Tarazona. Tim's close bond with Veronica Rodriguez made Jennifer envious. Jennifer called Tim a pie on the broadcast and implied that he was gay. On The Single Life, Tim's subsequent girlfriend Luisa Beltran implied that he wasn't interested in her. But Tim has consistently maintained that allegations concerning his orientation are untrue. Tim recently posted a Tiffany Franco and her kid Daniel Instagram reel. I love her and miss her so much, was the caption he wrote. She's the most amazing person I've met in years, Tim continued, before saying, I'm thinking of you, amor. Tim and Tiffany were shown on the video lying down on a bed in a hotel room. He talked about how he barely spent 2 hours with his work wife during the trip. Despite being disappointed, Tim questioned Tiffany's kid about his knowledge of being her work husband. Tim and Tiffany were reportedly in New York to shoot 90 Day Hunt for Love's Between the Sheets. On the next one, you better be sleeping with me when we return in about a week, Tiffany said to Tim. Because enough of this, like keeping us apart, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. It doesn't work for me, Tiffany continued. Fans are now hoping that Tim and Tiffany will get together. The two deserve each other, according to many of Tim's supporters, and they would treat one another like royalty. Despite the fact that Tim and Tiffany have not expressed romantic interest in one another on Hunt for Love, relationship speculations started when Tim shared a reel of Tiffany. Tiffany called Tim my love in the comments, leading many to speculate that the two were holding hands in the video, with Tim's other hand resting on her thigh. Tiffany and Tim have made it plain where they stand in spite of the commotion. They became close friends during the show's filming. Because of the close relationship they had while working together, Tim lovingly refers to Tiffany as his wifey. Tiffany has made it known that she and Tim are just friends, but it's unclear if she's dating any of the cast members after the movie. However, in order to maintain interest in the spin-off, the two may keep making fun of fans. Tim and his co-star Kenneth Niedermeyer from 90 Day Fiancé have been connected in the past, and there have been allegations of an affair between them. The rumors spread so much that Armando Rubio, Kenneth's husband, addressed them in a reunion show. In addition, fans have anticipated that Tim and Veronica will end up together because of their close friendship and their previous marriage agreement. If both Tim and Veronica were still unmarried at 50, they would get married. Tim suggested it, and Veronica accepted. But Veronica and Seth, an Iranian man, are currently dating, and it seems like Tim is also seeing someone. Tiffany and the actors of 90 Day Fiancé are not his new girlfriends. Tim Malcolm finally asks a girl out. Who is his first date? It looks like Tim Malcolm has finally made some significant moves in his search for the right person. Fans are somewhat surprised to hear about his new love interest, considering he recently asked a female out for the first time on the show. It appears that the 90 Day Fiancé star has put all the controversy aside and tried his luck with a startling superstar. The numerous tales that his ex-girlfriend Jen spread about him at the resort caused Tim a great deal of emotional distress. He wasn't a straight person, she said. Tim therefore needed some time to recuperate from the entire ordeal. Several of his female cast members were the targets of his attempts. There were reports that the reality TV star was dating Tiffany Franco. When Tim revealed his new love interest on the show, fans were taken aback. Is she not Tiffany? Who is she? For years, Tiffany Tarazona and Tim Malcolm have been a part of 90 Day Fiancé. For a number of seasons and spin-offs, the former followed his adventure with Jennifer and Veronica. The TLC personality hasn't had a partner for a while. Tim and Tiffany clicked on Hunt for Love right away, and they supported one another. When her co-star had to deal with all the suspicions regarding his orientation, the latter stood by him. To protect her pal, she slapped Jen and put an end to the rumors. Because of their sincere and endearing personalities, fans truly wanted the two to be together. When Tim and Tiffany posted a club video to Instagram, it started dating rumors. Fans began to question whether they were now exclusive. But since Elise was there as well, it ended up being a cordial reunion. Tim Malcolm's humorous and sincere nature won him a lot of admirers on Hunt for Love. On the show, he made advances on a lot of ladies. The reality TV star surprised everyone by not asking anyone out on a date. Tim recently made the bold decision to ask someone out on a date. During a confessional, he discussed Me, the newcomer, after witnessing her wild side with Joe. During one session, he witnessed her energetically jumping up and down at Joe. He questioned if she was a freak. Nonetheless, her wild side impressed the 90 Day Fiancé star. "I'd love to ask me out," Tim said. "To be completely honest, I'm not sure whether I could handle her wild side." At last, he worked up the nerve to knock on the door of her hotel room and try it. He invited her out after the TLC singer informed her they had a lot in common. Malcolm had been turned down by Me before. However, she accepted the offer because she admired his bravery. "I love quirky men, and he kind of brings that vibe," she said. "Hey, let's give it a try, I say." Tim said that he was feeling overpowered by the entire circumstance because he hadn't asked a woman in 10 years. Fans were grateful that he tried it and took the necessary actions. They admired May's self-assurance. Many admirers wished to witness the couple's smoldering chemistry together. Tiffany and Tim confirmed their relationship. For 90 Day Fiancé fans, Tim Malcolm and Tiffany Franco are both well known. The latter had a protracted, troubled relationship with Ronald that ended in divorce and sadness. Jennifer didn't work out with Tim, and their relationship was complex. He also dated Louisa, but they parted ways when everyone witnessed their disastrous relationship unfold on The Single Life. The two celebrities, Tiffany and Tim, went into Hunt for Love with the intention of making a fresh start. Both of them have had bad luck in love, but they never gave up. Fans were therefore thrilled to see them in the new spin-off. But is it possible that romance is developing beneath this friendship? These days, there is a lot of conjecture regarding their covert relationship. Are they dating then? On the new show, Hunt for Love, Tim and Tiffany were the first two cast members to become friends. These 90 Day Fiancé original cast members became close and began hanging around. Their friendship was evident right away. Tim also trusted Tiffany enough to ask her for help in the first episode. At first, she helped Tim mend the fence between him and his ex-girlfriend, Jennifer, because she was a decent person. Additionally, Tiffany has stood by Tim in the face of hurtful remarks. He was accused of lying about his orientation by several. The rumors that his ex-girlfriend, Jennifer Tarazona, was circulating were the reason for everything. Standing beside him, she put an end to the hatred. Their perfect friendship was admired by everyone. Since the show's conclusion, people have also observed them hanging out. Maybe they are now investigating something? There are a number of speculations circulating that Tim and Tiffany are attracted to each other, as was previously indicated. More relationship rumors have just been created between them by a Reddit member. The fan expressed their hope that Tim and Tiffany were secretly dating in their post. "Tim will be good to Tiffany and her children," they stated, praising both stars. The adorable post received a lot of attention. A lot of admirers thought they would make a cute couple. Not everyone, though, thought it was romantic. It seemed more like a friendship. Another Redditor commented, "Every night," they explained, Tim and Tiffany would spend time together in the room. However, everything was TV, video games, and face masks. Therefore, it didn't seem romantic. Another person put it succinctly, "Tim is primarily a friend, not a romantic interest." Despite not being romantic, they have a genuine friendship. Many people seem to think of themselves as close friends only. Fans may be shipping them, but that isn't the case. Tiffany and Tim have stated that they are simply good friends. They are not involved in any romantic drama. If Tim and Tiffany didn't end up together, who would they end up with? Tell us in the comments section. 90-Day Fiance. Tim Malcolm and Tiffany Franco secretly got married? On Hunt for Love, Tiffany Franco and Tim Malcolm had the cutest chemistry. Their personalities are always the kindest and most sincere. The 90-Day Fiancé cast members became close friends and provided each other with a lot of support. Tim and Tiffany's relationship off-screen, however, hinted at a different narrative. Several times following the shoot, they were seen hanging out. As a result, many pondered whether the TLC stars would wind up dating. Tim and Tiffany have finally made their relationship official and disclosed some startling information. They kept everything a secret, even getting married in secrecy. Tim recently referred to Tiffany as his wife and revealed a significant aspect of their relationship. Are they actually wed? What's the reality? At what time did it occur? Read on to learn more about it. Almost everyone on Hunt for Love was able to relate to Tim Malcolm. However, he shared a unique affinity with Tiffany Franco. The 90-Day Fiancé cast members had a great time and supported one another. Because Tiffany and Tim are good and kind people, fans wanted to see them together. They were taken aback when the couple posted a charming video of their reunion. The reality TV stars were having a good time at a club. Because of how close Tim and Tiffany were, observers questioned if they were more than just buddies. But it was also evident that it was a cordial encounter because Elise was seen in the background. Viewers still wanted to see them as a pair. They believed that each other was worthy. Were the TLC celebrities married? Tim Malcolm's comedy makes him quite popular. He provided viewers with a great deal of amusement with his raw ideas and brutal reactions. The reality TV star recently responded to all of the relationship allegations involving Tiffany by sharing a new video on Instagram. Tiffany kept her head on Tim's shoulder while he sat on a bed in it. "I'd love to spend 2 hours with my work wife in New York," he explained. To capture the entire room, the 90-Day Fiancé star panned the camera. Danielle, Tiffany's son, concurred when Tim asked him whether he was aware that his mother had a work husband. Franco posed with Tim and Danielle as a loving family and made jokes about their relationship. The former told her buddy that when they next met, he would undoubtedly sleep with her. Tim felt they should, and he agreed in jest. When they get together, they talk about how they spend their time. As a result, the entire confession left supporters quite perplexed. "Are you two a couple or what?" said one enthusiast. "If you are, I'm really glad." By calling each other work husband and work wife, other admirers, however, realized that Tim and Tiffany were really kidding. Some people believed that the TLC performers were closest buddies. Supporters hoped Tiffany and Tim were indeed dating. But in response to all the allegations that they were dating, the pair was making fun of their fans. Nevertheless, many admired the TLC stars' friendship and wished they would stay friends. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.